performed in the Dove Awards, correct?
Yes, I did.
That was recent. That was this
Okay.
year, right?
Yeah, that was in October, like
Yeah.
the 1st of October, something like that.
How was it? What? First off,
It was really
who'd
cool.
you perform with? And do you remember? I'm sure you know the song.
Yes, with Cece Winans.
Okay.
That's My King, and she opened, which was such a heavy. I don't know. I think like I grew up right, like listening to her stuff,
Yeah.
and just like that full circle moment was pretty cool. And like at first I was like, oh, it's not like that big of a deal, and then I was like, no, like this is kind of cool. Like
What was
this is
that
pretty cool.
conversation like? You getting like? Did someone just call you and be like, "Hey"?
Well, no, so come to find out, I did not know this for like a few months going to this church. This is like the church I go to is Cece Winans, and her husband like founded it.
Yeah.
Her son is the pastor now. And whenever I started visiting, like me and Destiny went, we started visiting, like he was the one preaching. And then I would see her there, and I was like, okay, like maybe she just comes here. Like maybe this is just like the church she comes to. And
Yeah.
then come to find out, like she started the whole thing like 12 years ago. And I joined the worship team recently, and that's how they were like, are you willing and are you available? And I'm like, of course.
that's
Like
so
that
cool.
wasn't like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What was like getting that? Okay, so you've been asked. Like, what is that process? Is it like pretty rigorous? Of like, all right, we got rehearsal days, we got we got all these things we're doing. Like, and then like you have to show up here. You got to have this. Like, what's like
Yeah,
the process
I think
of
for
getting
us it wasn't too bad because it was like a choir. Like she had her own
Gotcha.
backup singers, and then but you know we had like an attire. We had to wear all white, so I was like scrambling to because I don't wear white pants. What? I'm like so clumsy. I get everything dirty, so I'm
You're
like,
do not touch this until the day.
I
of.
had not. Yeah, even that day, I was like, we all had Tide pens. It was so funny because I was like, I wasn't eating. I was like scrambling around for that. So that was one thing. It was like getting your outfit because you know they needed us to stand out. It's the Doves. You want to
Yes.
look good. And then we had rehearsal the day before the recording.
That's
So
it?
it's recorded. This is not live.
Actually,
The Doves. Oh my god! I'm
Wait,
like
hold on.
everybody. I think everybody knows this.
Like, I mean, it probably is. I just in my head right now,
yeah,
I'm like,
it's
wait, you
like-
guys are actually weren't singing this?
We were, but in everything, it's like it's a live event, but it's
Yes.
all what you see on TV is like days later. Does that make sense? It's not. They're not showing it live in that moment. It
I
gets
just must be really
the whole
oblivious. I
event.
must be so oblivious.
The whole event gets recorded, and then
Yes.
a week later, they put it on TV. So
But
I
they
mean,
market it as a live event. I like
yes,
that.
that's why they're like,
Oh.
don't say anything, don't post anything. Like everybody was like on Instagram, you know, don't post anything because like the
Gotcha.
winners are announced that night,
Yeah.
and then people are like tagging, like people, you know, people that haven't seen it at home don't know, right?
Yeah.
So they tell
Well,
you.
I guess
like,
I'm
to
at home,
be-
so I didn't know. I didn't have other people at home that I didn't know.
you know, but like it's like they tell you to be like discreet because
Yeah.
I think because I mean it is a big production, but it's not like I think like if it was like something like the Grammys, like how that's like they have enough to
Yes.
make that a live,
Yes.
you know, event or whatever. And I don't know the whole inner workings of all that,
Yeah.
but it's marketed as live. But
Yeah,
it's
that
not.
is-
It's recorded.
I didn't know that. That is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
So then, okay, you get there, and like, what's like some behind the scenes kind of like? What is it like? Have you ever sat in the audience?
Well, we did after.
So,
Yeah,
So
after
then-
we performed. Thank
Okay,
God we were the
gotcha.
first people. We opened
Yeah.
the show, so then we were able to get off and sit. And we had pretty good seats. We
Yeah.
sat like in the middle. It was awesome. Yeah.
what was it like being like backstage? All
It
that
was
kind of
it was
stuff?
wild because I was like, I mean, everything was happening so fast, but I saw like, you know, King and Country and like
it's
his
so wild.
wife and like Lecrae. I'm like, hi, and like it's just so many different people.
Like rubbing
Carrie
shoulders or something.
Job and
yeah,
you know what I mean? And it's just like they're just people, you know, but they were all running around backstage and it was like everyone was saying hi. Like it was pretty cool. It
Yeah.
was pretty awesome to experience. So yeah.
who was it? Like, was there one person that you like rubbed shoulders with that you're like, I wanted to rub shoulders with that person? Like, was there like someone that you're like, if I could like pass by at the Doves, this is who I'd want to pass by? Did you pass by anybody like that?
I mean, not really. I
No?
don't know
Okay.
why I'm like not like I don't know. There are a couple people in
You're
my
just
life,
chill. You're just
like
like,
Juan
you know-
Luis Guerra.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
If
If
he
he
was
was
there-
there, I would have dropped everything. I would have been like, no, like I'm gonna make a fool out of myself right now. But for the most part, I'm just like, you know, I think it's just nice to all be in the same place
Yeah.
and like, you know, appreciate it. Like that's so cool. But It wasn't like, "Oh, I wanna,"
Yeah.
I just thought it was, like, a cool experience to
Yeah.
be around, and I think it was Natalie Grant, she was very nice, and
Mm.
she, like and Forrest Frank, do you know who Forrest
Oh,
Frank
yeah.
is? His mother comes up to me, she's
Actually?
like, "Hi," and I'm like, "Hi," and she's like, "You guys did so great," and I'm like, "Oh, thank you so much, that's so sweet," and she's like, "I'm Forrest Frank's mom." I'm like, "You're so nice," like, I'm like, "Your son's awesome, you did a great job with your son," like, I just those little moments like
Yeah.
that are pretty neat, you know what I mean?
That's so
Because 'Cause I'm
cool.
sure she was, like, such a proud mom in that
Oh, my
moment
word,
and
yeah.
so sweet,
Yeah.
and I was like, that she was just happy to be there type of thing.
Yeah.
And he's kinda like that too. I think he's one that I wasn't, like, looking forward to meeting, but when I did and I saw, like, how he carried himself and what he was about, I was like, "That's what this is about." Like, very humble,
That's
very, like, down to earth, just there to sing and love God, And I was like,
yeah.
"This is so cool." That was cool.
That's
So
so
and then his mom was sweet, so it kinda
Yeah.
okay, like, that makes sense why he's the way that he is,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So that
I
was cool.
love